Well, hello everybody. My name is Amber and you are watching Amber and Dan's Carnivore Life. If you're new here to the channel, welcome. So for those of you that do know us, we have been on a ketogenic ketovore journey since 2018, April 2018. So it's been over 7 years now. And we had been doing carnivore for a while, but then some unexpected life changes forced us into a more ketogenic and ketovore lifestyle. And as right now we're doing more of a ketovore thing, just because that's what's in our budget. But we will be going back to a more meat heavy ketovore diet here in the future, like maybe like a salad a week or a meal with some green beans at some point, you know, stuff like that. So just wanted to give you guys a little update on about what's been going on. It is beautiful outside today. I know it's cloudy, but I love cloudy days. So we've been getting a lot of rain here, and I'm hoping to get this video done before it starts to rain again. We're not expecting any in the forecast until like 4 p.m. today, but whatever. So my first thing I want to bring up is I'm thinking of doing a walking challenge in starting in June 1st. 30 miles in 30 days. I've been really building up my walking regimen. For some reason I've just been really lazy and have not been real motivated to do anything, and so I'm at a stall right now. My weight has fluctuated in the 4-pound range. You know, it's going up and down within 4 pounds. And Dan, bless his heart, he is doing great. He is dropping weight like crazy. His new job is really keeping him active, so that's good. We still have yet to see a doctor. I just keep forgetting to call and make a doctor's appointment to get us established, to get our diabetes, you know, our A1C checked and everything, because we haven't had anything done and since it's been almost a year now since we were in California. Well, not since we were in California, but since we've had anything done when we were there. But as of right now, we feel great. I've been keeping my blood sugar in check, under control. And I've been keeping a food diary just to keep track of what raises my blood sugar and what keeps it in check. So I'm sorry, there is a farm right behind me and there's cows like right up on my fence. I'll show you. They're all right there. Just hanging around eating the grass. But anyway, so the sheep are gone though. I don't know where the sheep are. I haven't seen them in over a week, so maybe they were sent off to the meat factory. Who knows? But anyway, so 2 things I wanted to bring up is the walking challenge. I wanted to start a walking challenge for the month of June, 30 miles in 30 days. If you all can't walk, maybe do something active, because we have been getting a lot of rain here, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to be walking all 30 days. So I need to find some ways to exercise in the house, keep myself active. So we're going to call it, you know, the walking challenge, but it's going to be more of an active challenge for 30 days. Let's see what we can do. If you guys are on board with me, go ahead and drop a comment below and let me know, and we will get this challenge done together. I need to get out of my lazy mode and get back out there and get motivated and get active. So anyway, the whole reason for this video is this thing I've been hearing about, the sugar diet. Okay, what? So first, okay, so I watched Dr. Barry's recent video about the sugar diet, and of course I always know when he's using that ninja level sarcasm. And I thought it was just, you know, I haven't been keeping up, backtrack, I haven't really been keeping up on everybody on YouTube. I haven't really been on YouTube, so when I get a notification that Dr. Berry's put out a video about something, I usually tune into it. And anyway, so when he posted the video, I thought it was just, something he was talking about. It wasn't like a thing or, a fad or anything going around, until I saw Kip Moore's latest video, which, hey Kip, if you're watching, good to see you. And that's when I went down the rabbit hole. So I've written this stuff down so I don't get off track and forget where I'm at. So you'll see me looking down here, and the wind's blowing, so it's blowing my paper. So as a curious carnivore, naturally, I have followed different influencers. And since starting keto 7 years ago, I have researched many different people and followed their way of eating. But as I have researched this, I have found that all these people that are touting this diet, the sugar diet, are completely shredded. Not an ounce of fat on their body, okay? And that brought me to Thomas DeLaure's channel. I don't know if you've heard of him. I used to follow him when I was doing keto, but he gets really scientific with everything, and it's hard to, my brain's just not it's not ready for him. So, and he did a video that talked about the sugar diet and what it does. I will leave a link for his video down below, and you guys can watch it and see what I'm talking about. But this is what I took from his information, okay? Now, the first video I watched was Mark Smelly Bell, which I followed him because he's a carnivore. And, I just enjoyed watching his videos and everything. And so, Thomas DeLauer brings Mark into this video that he's talking about the sugar diet. And these are the things that Thomas said if you're going to be following the sugar diet. Okay, I sprayed myself with fly spray, but they're getting on me. Okay, so number one, he says you have to be in a deficit. Okay, number two, your fat has to be low. Okay, you have to be you have to keep consuming the sugar to elevate the levels of FGF21. And what he says, FGF21 is a messenger molecule that amps up metabolism. Okay, well, when you're a fat person, you don't really have any metabolism, okay? Okay, I shouldn't say fat. I should say if you're an overweight person, you're an obese person, your metabolism is very low because you're not very motivated to move around and to exercise and everything, because a lot of people just become lethargic. I mean, there is some very active overweight people out there, but I don't know. I'm rambling on here. But, okay, so what frustrates me about this is not once in these videos do they not recommend you do this if you are a diabetic, okay? Because I know some diabetics, they can cut out the sugar, still eat a little bit of carbs, and it doesn't affect them, okay? Whereas me and my husband, Dan, on the other hand, we eat a sandwich with regular sliced bread on there, and our blood sugar shoots way up, okay? Carbohydrates are just as bad as eating sugar for us as diabetics. And and they leave that out. They should probably put a disclaimer on their video about the sugar diet and say, warning, if you are blah, 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 you should not do this diet. Okay? Because to me, that's a vitally important detail. Okay? And that's where the food addiction comes into play. Okay? you've got people who are still struggling, who are still trying to keep up with a ketogenic diet, ketovore diet, carnivore diet, whatever diet, low carb diet, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, telling these people that they will lose weight eating sugar is a massive trigger to going back down that deep, dark hole that you were in before, okay? Coming on YouTube and telling people you're going to lose weight on the sugar diet is the worst idea anybody could ever come up with. Because we all struggle with food addiction, okay? My friend Larry from Carnivore Quest, okay? He's been struggling a lot this year. And he's not the only one, okay? We have all been there. And some of us are stronger than others, you know, mentally. And, you know, they can stay on the diet and go through it with ease, okay? But then you've got people like me, like my husband, like Larry, and I'm sure Kip, and, you know, other people have fallen off the wagon recently, okay? Nobody's freaking perfect. But this sugar diet thing is stupid, okay? It's really stupid, especially for people like me. You know, I, of course, have no interest in it whatsoever. I'm just giving you my thoughts on it. I have no desire to go on the sugar diet. Even if I wasn't diabetic, I don't think I'd have any desire to go on the sugar diet. I don't know. I am, my flabbers are gasted, y'all. I just don't get it, okay? I mean, you know, and like I said, the people that, when I searched it on YouTube, the sugar diet, and I was scrolling past all these different thumbnails of people doing the sugar diet, it was mostly men, and they were all shredded. All muscle, no fat on their body, okay? I did not watch every single video because I ain't got time for that. And, you know, I really think that if these people are going to come on here and say, you need to try this diet, you're going to lose weight, blah, 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 they really need to post a disclaimer with it and let people know that this is not a good diet for everybody. This is not safe for everybody. At one point he mentioned something about Mark Smelly Belly. He mentioned something about in his video, they've been doing sugar for years, and at one time they were even doing this thing called the rice diet for diabetics. I'm like, what diabetic do you know is eating rice and losing weight and keeping their blood sugar down? Not me. And I love rice, but you know what? I don't eat it because I know my blood sugar is going to shoot way high. So, hi. Wow, they are all right there. That's crazy. But anyway, I am rambling, and you know, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys my thoughts on this whole sugar diet thing. And it just really triggered me because I am diabetic. And I'm like, you know, and I'm just thinking, who in their right mind is thinking that this is a good thing? But of course, you know, you go down the rabbit hole and it's all freaking bodybuilders, you know? Oh, okay. Yeah. You're probably not diabetic either. And, you know, whatever, it is what it is. But, you know, and yeah, anyway, I am triggered. This definitely triggered me, and I'm not happy about it, you know? Well, anyway, y'all give me your thoughts on this one, because, you know, even if you disagree with me, it's, you know, just put in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for listening. Love y'all. Bye.